Hey everyone, and welcome back to our Disneyland Hotel Diaries. So, you're planning that magical trip, and you know the drill. One of the biggest hurdles is finding the right place to stay. You need something close, something clean, and something that won't totally empty your wallet. Well, in this explainer, we are diving deep into a really interesting one, the California Inn. So, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll ask if this place can really be called a boutique motel. Then we'll tackle the all-important location puzzle, and of course, peek inside those modern rooms. After that, we'll weigh the perks against the quirks, and then wrap it all up with the final verdict to help you figure out if this is the spot for you. Let's do it. Okay, so this is really the main question we're trying to answer today. The California Inn kind of presents itself as this charming boutique-style hotel, but can it actually deliver that cool modern vibe when it's built like a classic old-school motel? Let's dig in. And yep, right off the bat, you see exactly what I'm talking about. From the outside, the California Inn has that classic, unmistakable motel look. You know, 2 stories, doors that open to the outside, and you can park your car right out front. It's a very familiar sight in Anaheim, for sure, but it definitely sets a certain expectation before you even walk in. Now, just so we're all on the same page, a boutique hotel is supposed to be all about having a unique style, a smaller, cozier feel, and really trendy design. So the big question is, can the California Inn actually live up to that name, even with its motel-style frame? Does it manage to pull it off? All right, next up, and this is a big one, location. For any Disneyland trip, how close you are to the park is just massive. It can honestly make or break your entire day. So let's solve the puzzle of just how convenient the California Inn really is. And wow, okay, here is our first major clue. Guests have given the location a perfect 5 out of 5. That's huge. It tells you right away this is probably the hotel's #1 feature. Getting a perfect score is incredibly rare. Now, this is actually super interesting. The official time says it's a 14-minute walk, but a real guest calls it an easy 20-minute brisk walk. And you know what? I love that kind of real-world feedback. It sets a much more realistic expectation, especially if you're trying to herd some tired kids along at the end of the night. And hey, walking isn't your only choice. You're less than a mile away, and you've got the OC bus service and an Anaheim Resort Transit, the ART, stop right nearby. That 62 out of 100 walkability grade basically confirms it's doable. But having those bus options as a backup plan, that is a fantastic perk. Okay, so we've established the location is a definite win. But now, let's actually step inside the room. This is where the hotel really tries to earn that boutique label. So does the inside live up to the promise? And here it is. This picture really shows you the hotel's whole deal. You go from that very standard motel exterior to this, a genuinely modern, stylish, and really nicely updated room. It's the ultimate don't judge a book by its cover situation. The flooring, the furniture, the lighting, it's a completely different vibe on the inside. And they don't just stop with the looks either. The tech and comfort stuff in here is seriously impressive for a place like this. A 55-inch 4K smart TV with all the streaming apps already loaded, yes please. And get this, a Keurig with Starbucks pods, a free snack bar, and even these cool designer fridges they call Friginators. I mean, that's some serious attention to detail. You know, I love including little quotes like this because this is what really matters after a 12-hour day at the park, right? You've walked a million steps, you're exhausted, and a great shower is everything. So hearing a guest say it's big, clean, and has good water pressure, that little detail makes a huge difference. Hey, just gonna jump in for a quick second. If you're finding this deep dive helpful for your own trip planning, do me a favor and hit that subscribe and like button. It really helps us out and lets us keep making more of these for you. Thanks a bunch. All right, let's be real. Every hotel has its good sides and its not so good sides. Nothing's ever 100% perfect. So let's lay it all out on the table and do a little side-by-side of the California Inn's perks versus its quirks. So here's the trade-off, plain and simple. In the perks column, you've got those awesome high-tech rooms, free Wi-Fi, some cool Disney themes, and a nearly perfect 4.9 service rating. But on the quirks side, you have to accept the classic motel layout, the fact that there are very few amenities on the property itself, and there's no mention of biggies like a free breakfast or a pool. Okay, we've looked at the location, we've seen the rooms, we've weighed the pros and the cons, so let's bring it all together and figure out the final verdict here. Is this the right home base for your Disney vacation? This little table really tells the story, doesn't it? Just look at those top three scores. A perfect 5.0 for location, a 4.9 for service, and a 4.8 for value. That is such a powerful trio. It means guests feel they're getting amazing service in a perfect spot for a really fair price. And the other scores are all solid too, holding strong at 4.5. So let's just spell it out. This hotel is going to be a fantastic fit for you if you care way more about having a really nice, modern, clean room than you do about having a resort pool or a hotel restaurant. If you're the kind of person who's at the parks from open to close and just needs a great, comfy, convenient spot to crash and recharge, this is a major, major contender. So in the end, it really all comes down to this one question. You're getting a top-notch room and a 5-star location, but you are giving up the frills you'd find at a bigger resort. So, is that trade-off worth it for your Disney adventure? That's a call only you can make. Thanks for joining me for this one.